G'day, I'm Steve. Hey, welcome to Woodworking Masterclass. Just let that dry, and once it's dried, fix the other side of it. All right, now that has dried, and it's stuck to the rag. Oh dear. Oh. Next thing is to drill these 3 holes here to come through the other side, which will give us the template that we need when we glue the other side on. So I'll just go out to the drill press and I'll do that. As you can see, I've drilled through these 3 holes. Now a tip, if you're going to drill through, this has been hardened, this is stainless steel and it's been tempered. If you can anneal it, it makes it a lot easier, which means you soften the metal down. If not, either use a tungsten tip or be prepared to sharpen the drill often. I had to sharpen the drill about 3 times each hole to get these through. Now, if you've got the right size rivets, that's not a problem, but as we discussed earlier, I'm using these brass screws and I'm using this section of the shank here as the rivet. So I had to make them slightly larger there, and I want to match this. So that's a book match part of that. I'll slide that around here and we'll glue that onto there like that. Got to make sure that we've got this part feathered in nicely. Matter of fact, it's a bit wonky. I might just plane that. We'll just pop that in here and we'll give it a bit of a plane to make it nice and smooth. If you've got a drum sander, by all means use a drum sander, it'll work. If not, trust the old hand plane. We'll just give it a few strokes there. Get it all nice and smooth. Okay. So now I've got to match that best I can to that, which is pretty good. And I've got to feather in this bit so it'll fit into here nicely. Again, I could use a chisel, but I've got the plane handy, so I'll use the plane. See how close we got. How close we are. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more. Just clean that up a fraction. Okay, and that's a pretty good fit in there too. Now before I glue that on, I'm just going to cut a lot of this waste away from here so we've got a better profile of the handle. You could put it on a router, but my concern is that the router can tear out the timber. So I'm going to use a bandsaw, then I'll use a spoke shave to get this done. Back, oh, just punched myself in the face. Back in the tick. All right, as you can see, I've cut that to a very rough shape. I'll clean that up with a spoke shave now. And we can be about it. I'm not going to take it right down, but I'm going to take it nearly down. What I want to do is have it close enough that when we put the other side on, then we can meld them together quite nicely. And I can see where the handle is. All right. So that's it. What we'll do now is glue this piece onto this. Let it dry overnight. We can finish it off. Get it nice and tight. All glued up. So I'll just leave it there to set. Don't like it pointing up like that. I'll leave it that way to set. And we'll be back after it's dry. All right, now we've got it all glued up. Time to take the clamps off. What we're looking like at the moment. I'll go over to the bandsaw and just trim this back. Then we'll shape this with a hand plane and plane it down and put the rivets in it. There you have it. What I'll do next is drill these holes all the way through. Then if I get any tear out, it's going to come in the waste part of the handle. Then we can smooth it up. Now we've got the holes going through both sides. Actually, what I'm thinking, unfortunately I can't show you. I'm just going down to a belt sander. I think I might be better off on a belt sander just to give this the shape I need. So, sorry, can't come out, but you'll see what it looks like. Now I've got that roughly down to shape on the belt sander. With rasps and sandpaper and spoke shapes, I'll get the final shape. One of the good things about having a tang on the knife, you can shape the handle to the tang. And we're nearly there. The other thing, if you're confident enough, have a go with the orbital sand. I'll just put a new pad on this one. And it might be a bit quicker. Looking quite good. I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of hand sanding on these edges I can't quite get the sander into. And there you have it. Put the brass rivets in. I'll cut those to size. Got to get the dags off, because if there's any burrs on there, it'll push the timber out the other side, which is not ideal. An old anvil. And we'll just give those a peen over. And the next one. And one in the middle, and we're done. Now they're in, I'm just going to rub them flat. And we're ready to put some spray on, lacquer. There we go. Okay, time to tape it up. And we'll spray it. And it's ready to go to its new home. Normally I do this outside, but just so you can see it. There you go. Now I've got to get outside so I can breathe. So this is Steve saying, or this is Steve pulling the shed door down once more and saying, remember to keep it sharp, but more importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other, and I look forward to having your company very, very soon back in the woodworking masterclass workshop, and who knows, Bob might be here. So bye for now.